Hi, my name is Igor Kafetz, and this is the List Building Lifestyle, the only podcast which delivers cutting-edge conversion strategies from the online trenches straight to your earbuds. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. I also invite you to grab a free copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. And now, once again, it's time to claim your list building lifestyle. Welcome back to another edition of the List Building Lifestyle with your host, Igor Kafetz. Now, this is one of my favorite episodes to do because I get to literally tell you why you shouldn't be using Facebook ads. Now, on a usual day, right, on an average episode, I'll tell you things like, oh, it's doesn't convert, and it's really hard to kind of kick people out of their drowsiness, and how people use social media to escape from decisions and not to make decisions. Therefore, you can't expect people to buy anything on Facebook, and how it's overrated, and how it's rated as number 8. Most profitable traffic source after all the good traffic sources actually, and not before, and blah 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 blah. But today is actually more like an update episode where I assume you already know that. It's just here's another reason why I never liked the idea of putting all of my eggs in one basket with Facebook. You see, Facebook is growing. And thanks to the app business, which is a really good business as far as Facebook is concerned, and the e-commerce business, which is another great business for Facebook, because a lot of advertising is happening on social media for these industries. The Facebook ad load is reaching its full capacity, if not already reached full capacity, which means that the newsfeed is so crammed with ads that they can't fit anymore. Like, I never thought this is actually going to happen. I honestly thought that the Zucker nerds are going to figure out a way to prevent this from happening, because it would literally mean that they will be making less money every day. But it did. Facebook literally cannot cram any more ads into the newsfeed than they are right now, which means that the only way that they're gonna keep thriving and making more money, which is the ultimate purpose, by the way, just in case you forgot, okay, the Facebook's number one purpose is to make more money for its shareholders. The only way they can do that is by raising prices. So as of me recording this episode, I haven't checked the prices, but if you noticed an increase, then know that it's probably because of this one little thing. It's the ad load that increased. Therefore, Facebook is quote unquote forced to raise prices because they're obviously looking to make more money. So what does this tell you about today? What does this tell you about what's going to happen in the future? Well, if it happened today, chances are it is going to keep happening in the future, just like it happened with Google AdWords, right? Google AdWords used to be a really cheap traffic source, but it's not anymore, primarily because of the whole ad load thing, and Google not being able to display more than X ads, on the first page. Same thing can be said about PPV traffic. There used to be a time where, cost per lead views were like ridiculous, like half a cent, maybe like a third of a cent or something like that. But it's not anymore, right? Right now, we're probably looking at 20 or maybe 12 cents, depending on the nature of the website, etc. So the only industry that does not raise prices when the competition grows is solo ads. Now, the reason why is actually very interesting, because there is no one entity that controls, there's no governing solo body, okay, that dictates prices for everyone. It's every man to himself. Therefore, if there is an increased demand for solo ads traffic this particular month or that particular year, then the prices will remain exactly where they are unless the list owner decides to raise the price. That's the only version of reality where that actually can occur. Which is, what does it tell you? It gives you more predictability, perhaps. Keeps your cost per lead at the bare minimum. Facebook cost per lead went from as little as $2, maybe $1 a couple of years back, to as much as $12 a lead. Right? I told you that story about me going to a seminar by Shakir Hussain, in London when I was still living in Israel. You know, when Shakir kind of exposed his numbers, showing that they're spending like $12 or $9 per a single lead. Now, is that sustainable? Is that honestly sustainable to you? Like, what is your budget? Do you have a good, 10 grand per month or per week to spend on leads? If so, yeah, that's probably a good number. That's probably not gonna bother you. But if you're just average, if you're normal, if you're like one of us, you probably don't have that kind of money to spend per lead. In fact, with solos, you can probably get away with like $2, $3, maybe $4 a lead easy, depending on how well you convert and depending on how how good you are at negotiating those prices. But my point is that for as long as you're operating in Facebook's world, you will always encounter these issues. There's really no way for you to avoid them. So something to keep in mind next time you're wanting to run a Facebook ad or thinking of building your business on Facebook ads as a whole, as a strategy. Okay, now that pretty much sums up everything I wanted to share today, which is, it really requires no further reiteration. Facebook is crowded. It doesn't convert. They're raising their prices. Your cost per lead is sky high. So there's no reason for you to use it. Unless, of course, you know what? I will say this. Unless you're doing retargeting, because I have been doing retargeting on Facebook for a little while now, for a little over a year. And I believe it has its place to be there. Like, in other words, if somebody already took action with you by visiting your website, which means they know who you are at the very least. If you start appearing on their feed consistently day in and day out, and you spend another, I don't know, $10 a day on retargeting ads, that's actually not a bad thing, because then what you're doing is you're building up that image, that useful image that you are everywhere, right? Because that's a useful thing to have when you're trying to convert someone, especially over a period of time. But if you are trying to use Facebook as a way of getting cold leads, then man, you're fighting an uphill battle. Like, it's really going to be difficult for you to achieve anything with the current prices and with the fact that it's super freaking crowded. Now, of course, you may say that, but Igor, the inbox is crowded as well, and of course it is. But the difference between the inbox and your newsfeed is that people who read your emails and click on them can actually spend money, unlike people who are browsing through a newsfeed all day, who most of the time, aren't really doing it to spend money. People who check their email are looking to make a decision. They're decision makers. That's a decision media, and we've done an episode about that. Many times. I think it's like 3 times now that we've actually devoted entire episodes as to why email is action media versus Facebook being just a procrastination media. So you may want to look that up on our website, listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. But other than that, yes, everything's crowded, but Facebook is really, really exploding. Like, it's really hard to fit into the newsfeed because of that competition. So get ready. If you're attempting to give Facebook a shot, if you're still fighting this, if you're still a Facebook ads method monkey, right? Get ready to spend the big bucks, because unless you're willing to do that, you won't be able to get far. You won't be able to get traction, and even if you will get views for your ads, chances are those will be like very, very little numbers. So that concludes today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time we chat. Stay off of Facebook ads and have a good one. Thank you for listening to the List Building Lifestyle. Make sure to subscribe on iTunes or Google Play to never miss an episode. Because who knows, just one conversion tactic we share on the show might double your list and double your business. Download the transcript of today's episode and all future episodes at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com. And don't forget to claim your complimentary copy of the Wealthy List Builder Survival Guide at listbuildinglifestyleshow.com/survival. This is Igor Kafetz, and until next time we talk, have a good one.